Hey guys, it's me, Noah Waldman, games correspondent for TechPounce.com. We're our seconds away from Nintendo starting its E3 Nintendo 3DS press conference. It is currently 8:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is which is 5:59 p.m. Pacific, which is begins at 6, so in less than a minute. Um, Of course, yesterday we saw all of Nintendo's Wii U news, so now they're going to do their show focusing on the 3DS. Um, really don't know what to expect aside from what they've already announced, that being Paper Mario, Luigi's Mansion 2, and New Super Mario Bros. 2. I'm guessing those games are going to get a showing, but I'm also hoping to see some new ones. Maybe, Nintendo's been throwing around the idea of a Majora's Mask remake, just as they did with Ocarina of Time. We might see word of that, but I doubt it. Um, but, who knows? Who knows what will be there? I sure don't. But I can't wait to find out. So it's 9 p.m. now, or it's 6, whatever. So it should start within a couple seconds. And when it does, I'll shut up unless I'm reacting to something, as with the last time I did this sort of thing. Sorry, I still have a bit of a cough. Okay, it is now 9:01, and still nothing has happened. Hmm. 9:02. There's no sound from the stream yet, but of course it hasn't started, so I'm not really expecting there to be. Once it starts, I'm sure there'll be sound. Oh, there might also be news on a new Pokemon game. Of course, Black and White 2 have been announced already, so those will probably make a showing. 9:03. Hard to say whether they are running late or just waiting for everyone to settle down. Lots of people still seem to be moving. Obviously, it's going to be a bit of a smaller conference than yesterday's. You can tell just by the stage. um, hmm. There's also the possibility that we'll see some of the games that were announced for the Wii U that were said to have 3DS ports, like Lego City or whatever that was. Oh, Castlevania will probably make an appearance. Castlevania Mirror of Fate, I think it's called. Probably be at the show. Any other Heroes of Ruin will probably might make a showing. That was shown a little bit yesterday, and that's coming out, I believe, at the end of this month. There's also the possibility that there will be the announcement of Fire Emblem 3DS being brought over to outside of Japan. I'd be excited for that. I'm a big Fire Emblem fan. I would like that. Probably going to be some Kingdom Hearts news too. Lots of games already. Like just naming, you know, just off the top of my head what I've already named, could probably fill a conference. I'm hoping there will be a few surprises though. Maybe a franchise we haven't seen in a while. I'm really hoping that we get a new F-Zero. I really loved GX on the GameCube, and there has not been a new F-Zero since then. I really want one. Oh, it's beginning.
We're about to start our Nintendo All-Access 3DS software showcase at E3 2012. Those of you here in the theater, please double-check your cell phone and make sure the ringers are off. Video is prohibited, but
good thing I'm not in the theater then.
Photos.
Video is not prohibited outside of the theater, as far as I'm concerned, and as far as they said. Okay, so they haven't begun yet. That surprised me. I was excited for no reason there. Wonder what else. Any other games coming out for 3DS? Nothing on my head right now. I'd also like a new Star Fox. That'd be cool. But we already had a Star Fox on the 3DS. Granted, it was a re-release, but, you know. Haven't had a Metroid in a couple of years. Also, there might be Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing was announced for 3DS, I think, 2 years ago. So you might see some of that, maybe. Anything else? Can't really think of anything else. I'll think of something. Oh, Monster Hunter 4, I think, was announced for 3DS a while ago, so they might show that if they're bringing that to North America. So what have you guys been up to? Following all the E3 news? Yeah, me too. Almost 10 minutes since I've started, and the show hasn't yet. Ooh! I just thought of something that'd be really cool. If they brought over Layton Cross Phoenix Wright, or Layton X Ace Attorney, if they brought that over to America, that'd be really cool. Because that game looks amazing. Oh, they're starting! Finally starting, okay. Let's see what Nintendo got.
And now, please welcome Nintendo of America President and COO, Reggie Fils-Aimé.
Hi, everyone, and thanks for joining us at the Nintendo All Access 3DS Software Showcase
Off to a bad start.
2012. Wow, is that a mouthful? As you might have seen yesterday during our Nokia presentation, someone, and I'm looking at you, Moffat, complained that he didn't have enough time to go through all of the great software and all of the information about Nintendo 3DS. Now, I think you guys know me. I normally don't like giving up the stage. But since he beat me at Mario Kart 7 once, I guess it's time to pay up. So he gets to talk about all of the great content for Nintendo 3DS coming up. Hey, Moffat, the stage is yours. Take it away. Show us what you got. Ladies and gentlemen, Scott Moffat.
Thanks, Reggie. And I would add, I beat you in Mario Kart once so far. So, hello, everyone. So, you know, Reggie, we have a little bit of a surprise. We have a special guest here with us tonight who might just have a little bigger following than you. It's a guy who's been a trending topic on Twitter all week, and he's quickly building a loyal fan base. He's got his own Facebook page, he's in videos, and if I can have all of your help...
It's the dog, isn't it?
And he doesn't speak
It's the
much,
dog.
but if I can have your help, let's give a warm welcome to...
Oh, no, shoot! It's not a specific action figure. That's pretty awesome.
Non-specific action figure. If you didn't see his performance in the Nintendo Direct video on Sunday, he had an Oscar-worthy performance, and he's going to be joining us here tonight.
Sweet.
Thanks a bunch. He is a little bit delicate.
So hang on a minute, Scott. So at least I don't need a sword to kick ass and take names. All right?
All right. So I can't top that. So let me add my warm welcome to all of you here tonight, as well as to everyone joining us online at e3.nintendo.com, as well as those of you on Facebook and Twitter. Now, here at E3, I can't walk 10 feet without picking up another group of me's in Street Pass. And as this room was filling up, I was sitting over there checking my V Plaza, and I've added about a dozen newbies from you guys alone. And I think that one in the middle is supposed to be me. I'm not sure how much it looks like me or not, but fair warning, I think my me has now invaded some of your plazas as well. And I'll give you a fair warning, he can be a little unruly and likes loud music. So here at E3, thousands of people have already gotten their hands on many of these great new games, both at the Nintendo booth and at the booths of our third-party partners.
We'd like to see those games, please. Thank you.
And the feedback we're getting is fantastic. And one thing that we're hearing loud and clear is that people wanted to know more. So the great news is, I've got more.
Good, now show it, please. Thank you.
Today, we're focusing exclusively on Nintendo 3DS. And we'll have live demos, we'll have videos, we've got special guests, and we'll be revealing some things that you haven't yet seen or heard about, including everything from Mario to Dracula.
So we got Mario and Castlevania. Confirmed.
Nintendo 3DS games. And now, we're going to spend the next hour or so taking a closer look
Oh, this is
at a
long.
bunch of them. So let's jump right in. Now, millions of people already know that the best portable gaming content is found on Nintendo systems. We want to thank our fans for having such a great reaction to games like Super Mario 3D Land, Mario Kart 7, and The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time 3D. I've been spending a lot of time with a lot of those games, and I've played all the way through Super Mario 3D Land a couple of times. And I know many of you are playing it too, because I see it in your activities on Street Pass.
Because we're watching
As
you.
we're going to show you here tonight, throughout the presentation, third-party publishers are also creating content for Nintendo 3DS. Companies are rolling out their big guns to be a part of the Nintendo 3DS experience. And one name that has long been associated with Nintendo systems is Castlevania.
So they're opening with Lords of Shadow. Great.
Have been working on.
My father came to this castle many years ago when I was but a child. He came to destroy the evil who lives here. He never returned. I have carried this small piece of metal.
I do like the graphics of this game. If that's the in-game graphics, I think they look pretty nice. Kind of comic booky, but at the same time, really good. It's a good art style, I think, especially for Castlevania. I think it really fits.
Child from his father. Trevor and his lineage will be the only ones capable of facing him in the future.
Because they're the only ones who can wield the whip.
Is the only hope for humanity. If I have not returned by dawn, take the boy and leave this place far behind. Take to the forest. Do not look for me.
Come back to us, my love.
That's the battle cross my father carried. Who are you? This I promise. You shall not stand alone against him.
Oh, that's a big... Oh, cool. Got some gameplay going on.
Worthy of the name, Belmont.
So I do like the whole 2.5D they got going on. Looks like you have some kind of 3D, but not really. The game will play mostly in 2D.
Seems fate has given me a second chance. Father.
Is that a hint at... Yeah, that's Alucard it looks like. Yeah, that's Alucard. Pretty sweet. And it'll be released this year.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Pretty sweet.
please welcome producer Konami Digital Entertainment, Dave Cox.
So that's pretty cool. You got Alucard in a new Castlevania game. Probably
Good evening,
playable.
everyone. Tonight I'm going to run you through some of the highlights of our playable demo for Castlevania Lords of Shadow, Mirror of Fate. Now, this is an exclusive title for the Nintendo 3DS. It's due out here in the fall. It's currently under development in Spain at Mercury Steam. This game will be a brand new game in the rebooted Lords of Shadow universe, and in this demo you control Trevor Belmont. He's a powerful warrior on a quest to confront the evil responsible for the murder of his mother. Armed with your combat cross, which is a chain whip weapon, you can deal lots of damage to the unholy creatures of the night that dare stand in your way. And you have at your disposal lots of powerful whip attacks to dispatch them in spectacular style. It's just as well, as you're going to meet some very tough adversaries on your epic quest. These skeletons, for example.
Walking Left confirmed a new Castlevania.
Hulking animated armors, such as this chap. Or bigger, more formidable foes, like this giant executioner boss. You have direct attacks for one-on-one mayhem. They're good for inflicting a ton of damage. Or you can use area attacks for more effective crowd control, though it does less damage. To support your combat skills, you have dark magic. This powers up your attacks by increasing the damage. However, you need to be careful because it runs out very quickly. You can also grab enemies by using the R button on the 3DS. And this is good for finishing off troublesome foes.
So it looks like the combat is quite sophisticated.
If you play well, enemies will drop magical energy. This fills up your magic bar to maintain your magical abilities for longer. can see. By pressing the L button on the 3DS, you can block or sync block enemy attacks, thus leaving them open to devastating counterattacks. Of course, another cool feature we have are secondary weapons, and in this demo we give you a chance to try out the boomerang. This secondary weapon is extremely powerful and can really help you in the jam. Use your secondary weapons strategically and save them for key moments in the game, because they can really make the difference between life and death. The boomerang sticks to enemies and causes damage over time, and it's really useful for using from distance, like this. And you can also charge it up for one big hit of energy. Though you're vulnerable whilst doing so, it's good to mix up various styles of attack, so use your secondary weapons to quickly and easily take down your enemies. Then grab them, just to finish them off, and you're good to go. You can replenish your secondary weapons by breaking barrels and other objects in the environment and collecting the hearts that lie inside. Of course, another key component of Castlevania games is platforming. You can swing across gaps by pressing the R button on the 3DS and latching onto the glowing grip points. Trevor's no slouch when it comes to getting around the game's many environments. One ability is the double jump, and it's useful for reaching out-of-reach places.
And we know from Nintendo Power that not all characters have the double jump.
Or reach otherwise inaccessible areas by starting your whip swing again. Jumping and swinging feel really natural in this game, and give players fantastic freedom to explore Dracula's immense castle. There's going to be 4 playable characters in the game, including the newly revealed Alucard, and each have their own unique abilities and skills.
So the new playable characters are Simon, Trevor, Alucard so far. And the game does look really good.
And we positively encourage exploration. Lots of new items and upgrades are scattered throughout the game world for your character to find. This is an epic adventure spanning many hours, so it's crucial to use your map. Study the map carefully and make notes of places and areas of interest for later exploration. Dark dungeons, gothic cathedrals, familiar enemies all stand in your way on this epic journey to face Dracula. You are part of the Belmont clan, and you have to go up against the dark evil of Dracula in each era if you dare. You will discover the secret of Dracula's curse, and you will discover why only the famed Belmont clan can defeat their nemesis. This Castlevania game will give you epic combat, deep exploration, challenging puzzles, and horrific enemies, because the very castle itself is alive and is challenging. Dare you rise to meet it? Indeed, what is the secret of the Mirror of Fate? We're looking forward to revealing more in the not-too-distant future, but for now, check out the game here at E3. It's playable at both the Konami and Nintendo booths. Find out in Castlevania Lords of Shadow Mirror of Fate, which is exclusive for Nintendo 3DS and available in-store this fall. Appreciate you taking the time out, guys. Thanks for listening.
The game looks really good so far. Looks like it'll be one of the best on the 3DS.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks a bunch, Dave. I could use one of those chain weapons around the office some days. So, creeping through the dark, you definitely want the Belmonts by your side. But if they're not available, you might want to consider somebody who's maybe a little bit less heroic.
Luigi?
Let's take a look.
Yeah, Luigi's Mansion. Cool. More news on that. So a lot of this is from what we've seen before. Saw that spider boss yesterday. Rainbow Light. Probably an upgrade, or maybe just used for catching specialized ghosts. Environments look as imaginative as ever. par for the course with Nintendo, though. Oh, never go into an elevator, Luigi. Never. He brought this on himself.
It's a great game that really finally gives Mario's little brother a little respect. Now Luigi can explore multiple mansions using the strobe function on his flashlight to stun ghosts. And if you may have noticed in the trailer, he has a new multicolored beam, which is useful for discovering hidden secrets in the environment.
So that's what it's for.
Luigi's Mansion launches this holiday season, both in stores as well as a download in the Nintendo eShop.
That's really cool.
We're making the trailer you just saw available in the eShop right now.
Nintendo is also making New Super Mario Bros. 2 downloadable,
Rather spooky stuff.
and I think Paper
Vampires,
Mario.
Ghosts, and other specters. Now, it's my great pleasure to conjure up another kind of specter, specifically the creative force behind the Disney
Warren Spector.
franchise, Warren Spector, joined by Peter Ong.
That was actually a pretty clever pun, Nintendo.
So, the last time I spoke at a Nintendo E3 event, we were months away from the release of Disney Epic Mickey for Wii. A game that reminded people that Mickey Mouse can be a mischief maker, an adventurer, a hero. Today, thanks to the success of that game, I'm here to talk about something new, Disney Epic Mickey Power of Illusion on the Nintendo 3DS. It's not a sequel, it's not a port, it's an entirely new standalone experience that introduces something new to the world of Wasteland.
And it's supposed to be a spiritual successor to Mirror of Illusion on the SNES, which itself is a really good game.
Listen to me talk about it. Let's hear about it from the guy who suggested the idea, Peter Ong, creative director at Dreamrift Studios.
Thanks, Warren. About a year ago, Dreamrift was looking for a new project. Our last game, Monster Tale on the Nintendo DS, allowed us to continue working on the kind of deep interactions between the top and bottom screen that I think is what we like to explore as a developer. We were actually working on a concept that would allow players to draw things on the bottom touchscreen and to have those things appear on the top screen. But we didn't know what we were quite going to do fictionally around that idea. But when we got the call from Disney to talk about a Disney Epic Mickey game, a lot of things just fell into place.
Yeah, they fell into place pretty quickly, too. We'd spoken to a few developers about developing a handheld game set in Wasteland featuring Mickey and Oswald, but our search for a partner ended when we had our first meeting with Peter here. I mean, he came in, as he just said, with a pitch for a game involving drawing and erasing. What could be better than that for a Disney Epic Mickey game? And when we were talking, we discovered that he was a huge Disney fan. He and his team. So I guess it makes sense, given that they're based in Orlando, Florida.
Oh yeah, I think that's a really happy coincidence, but it's true that we're all big Disney fans at Dreamrift, the movies, the parks, and of course the video games. I had played Disney Epic Mickey and I loved it, but I've been a Disney game fan since I was a kid, and a fan of one game in particular. When I was a boy, one of my rituals was to beat the classic 1990 Mickey Mouse game, Castle of Illusion.
Castle of Illusions, not Mirror of Illusions.
Just once every day. And I've actually drawn on Castle Illusion for inspiration in every game that I've worked on in my career. When the opportunity to work on a Disney game came around, once set in Wasteland, a world of forgotten and rejected Disney history, I saw an opportunity to make a game that wasn't just inspired by Castle Illusion, but one that also allowed players to explore the castle again, and in ways that they never could before, thanks to the power of paint and thinner and the capabilities of the Nintendo 3DS.
So maybe we should stop talking for a little while and take a look at the game, okay?
Absolutely.
Before we do, wait a minute. How about telling a little bit about the story and the setup? What do you do?
Sure, Warren. Power of Illusion begins with the appearance of the Castle of Illusion in Wasteland, and the castle are characters like Minnie Mouse and other beloved, definitely not forgotten characters. How they got there is a mystery for now, and so is the identity of a mysterious witch in the castle holding Minnie and the others prisoner. The evil witch is, of course, Miserabelle from the original Castle of Illusion game.
No,
And she's
cool.
hatched a scheme to get out of Wasteland. She's imprisoned popular characters there before their time to steal their heart essence, returning herself and the castle to the cartoon world.
So,
Mickey's
Kingdom
job,
Hearts.
the player's job, is is to stop Miserabelle, of course, and rescue the trapped tunes. So that's the background, and let's take a look at the game itself now.
Cool. Oh wow, the game looks beautiful. Just the sprite art is really well done. Oh, they're doing the bouncing thing from DuckTales. That's cool. An Aladdin stage. Lots of characters. Okay, that looked pretty good. I'm definitely very impressed with the art style. That won me over. It's really good. It's a good art. It's cute. It's very
So
Disney.
that's a quick look at the game, and all of us at Dreamrest are grateful for the opportunity to honor Mickey Mouse and the Castle of Illusion, and maybe even add something new to Disney's history. We hope that our love for these things and for the original Castle of Illusion game comes through when you play the game when it releases this holiday season.
So I hope you can see why everyone at Junction Point at Disney is excited about the latest addition to the Disney Epic Mickey universe. We've introduced an entirely new world of lost Disney video games. We brought back a classic Disney villain, Miserabelle, from a classic Disney game, Castle of Illusion. We've offered creative paint and thinner play that's entirely different from what we offered on the Wii. And we've brought the world of Wasteland to the Nintendo 3DS. Peter and I hope you enjoyed this look at Disney Epic Mickey Power of Illusion. Thanks, and have a great E3.
Thanks, Bob.
So thanks, Warren, and thanks, Peter. It's always interesting to see a new take on a familiar franchise. And we want to thank you and all the folks at Disney for all your efforts in supporting Nintendo franchise. Now, Warren showed us how a classic Disney game is being reborn with new characters. And now we move from the magic of the paintbrush to the power of paper.
Paper Mario, pretty cool.
Paper Mario. As many of you know, it's the first time that this series is available on a portable system. Yesterday, at the Nokia show, I mentioned how the new sticker system adds new strategy to both gameplay as well as to battles. So here, to take us a bit deeper into the game and walk us through some levels, is Nate Bildorf from our treehouse. Nate, take it away.
Thanks, Scott. Hi, everybody. I'm going to play some video games here now. So Scott just mentioned that this is the first Paper Mario to appear on a handheld, and it was really made to appear on this handheld. Everything about the Paper Mario aesthetic, from foldable characters to pop-up scenery, it all contributes to the feeling of like a living, breathing diorama that's living inside your 3DS. I know you can't.
Oh man, this looks really good too.
Really, really hot.
Again, the paper does work on 3D with
Before I
3DS.
really get into
Just
a
in
little
3D, that's
bit
gonna look
about
really
me.
cool. I bet.
This franchise holds a very special place in my heart. The North American localization of the original Paper Mario for the N64 was actually the first game that I ever did English writing for, and I've worked on every game in the series since. So I love it. Intelligent Systems has always packed these games full of hilarious characters, really, really creative and unique scenarios. And this one is no different in that sense. But what they've also done is they've always done something new for each generation. And in this particular case, that's something new with stickers.
And they're going back to the classic Paper Mario fighting style, it looks like. At least they're not doing like what Super Paper Mario did, which is cool.
Great detail in one moment. Yeah, that's just happening.
Kind of looks like the stickers act as like a battle deck or something.
Alright, so
Like you only have as many
that's what I was
moves as you have
talking
stickers.
about. They're everywhere in this game. They're stuck to walls, they're behind bushes, they are carried by enemies. You really have to scour the environment for them because they are your bread and butter in the game. You can actually see here Bowser using one of these like police tape sticker to hold down a piece of the environment to try to prevent you from getting up here, but of course going to need stickers for everything, and the most important thing you'll need them for is battling. So now I'll get to a real battle the way I mentioned before. So you can see this is very familiar for Paper Mario events, right? It's a turn-based battle system where you'll see guys wandering around the stage. You can get in fights with them if you start the fight effectively by jumping on them, obviously, to get the first hit in. If not, it goes rather poorly for you. But once you get in here, it's time to pick your battles, basically. And ordinarily in a Paper Mario game, you would pick from a menu here of attacks, but here stickers control the entire game, offensive, defensive, everything. And you can see down here on the bottom screen.
Sorry, that was my Skype.
I'm not going to tell you what that door does right now. Instead, I'll just do a typical jump on this guy. And the action battle system remains and is as good as ever. You have to be paying attention at all times. Timely button presses allowed me to just wail on that guy and then allowed me to block the attacks. Obviously, I still did a little damage, but it allowed me to lessen the attacks of these Goombas. And strategy comes into play big time. So, for this one, I don't want to absorb any more attacks, so I'm going to actually use an attack that I think can probably take care of both of them at the same time.
So I wonder what happens when you run out of stickers then.
Battles will produce coins, they'll produce more stickers. In this case, I got some coins. Both of those, you need to collect a lot of.
Sorry about that.
In this game for reasons that I'll explain in just a little bit. First, I want to show you another element of this game. You can see over here this fan. This does not look like it lives in a paper world. This actually looks like it was written directly out of our world. And there are a number of items like this in the game. All of them are important for very sort of specific reasons that I'll get into later. But you really want to scour every single environment to see how many of them you can find. All right, now indulge me for a second while I run back over here and take a look at that area I was in before. You saw before when I went up here that there was a big breeze blowing. That's because the fan was on. I turned the fan off, so now it's mellow over here. But the casualties were this toad's flowers, which loss, and I can help him out. I mean, it's kind of funny that he's there crying, but I think I'm going to be nice to him instead. And I'm going to do that, I'm going to use a power called Paperization. By hitting the Y button here, I just froze the scene and turned it sideways. And you can do this anywhere.
Oh, that's really cool.
Whatever's in the environment. In this particular case, you can see that there's some spots down there that look like they could use some stickers. So, of course, it's got lots of flowers. So I'll use some of my attack flowers here to see if I can replace them. Just stick it on there nice and good. That's a nice flower. And, maybe do a fire flower. And I'll finish it off with I'll do a shiny fire flower. Shiny ones, of course, for those of you who are avid sticker collectors, shiny is better. Alright, so those look like they're taken right there, and flowers. And you can see it didn't just bloom his flowers, it actually threw up a whole bunch of stickers that I can collect to replenish what I just kind of spent on him.
That's really cool.
And even more so, I got, I used 3 and got 6 back. More importantly, this guy is so psyched that I helped him out that he's actually giving me a really important item. This is an HP up heart. And this is actually going to boost my maximum HP. Now, those of you guys who are vets of the series probably noticed in that earlier battle that I didn't actually get any experience points, which is weird for Paper Mario series. Obviously used to getting experience points. You're still going to have this sort of RPG leveling up experience in this game, but it's going to be gotten in a different way. You have to solve people's problems, like I just did on all the stickers.
Oh, wow.
You have to, solve puzzles in the environment. You have to scour all these areas to find hidden nooks and crannies and find secret.
So that's cool. Instead of just battling for experience, you actually have to go out and find it.
Look around, and that's the way that you're going to boost your album size. You're going to boost Mario's health. You're going to boost your attacks. So, pardon me for a second. I'm going to use a little bit of magic of pre-production software to jump to another area. Obviously,
boss battle, boss battle, boss battle.
Now I am actually right outside of the main town of the game.
No, town.
And this area features this very perky toad who has a stall that does a very
Oh, cooking. Cool.
So when you're going through and you're collecting these real-world items, you can eventually bring them back to this spot.
Or not cooking.
Spots in the game. This guy's got a great stall, and he's instructing me to sling my thing.
Oh.
Now you can see I actually have more than just the fan in my inventory. I got a couple of things here. Those are all wonderful items, and there are a ton of them in the game. But I'm gonna use the fan for now. Huck it up there and turn.
And you stickerify it.
And you can see that's a big sticker. It takes up a lot of space in my inventory, so you're going to have to manage your sticker loadout, as it were. And it's, it should be big because it's really, really powerful. If I use that in battle, it would completely destroy whoever I was using them. But typically, these special items also have a very, very specific purpose in advancing the story in the game. So I'm once again going to use magic and hop out to where we can infuse these things. Hopefully that guy's not going to get the door attack. Alright. So here we have a windmill. There's no wind. So let's go into paperizing mode. And you can see there's a spot for a big old sticker there. So just pop the finger. Down. There we go.
That's ridiculous.
They told me I wasn't allowed to make a Mario's biggest fan joke here. I thought it was good. Anyway, so you can see now the blades have turned and I can actually access this window. It's not only sort of obvious spots like that that you'll want to paperize and use stickers. You really want to look anywhere suspicious in the world. There's a lot of places where even a small sticker, an ordinary jump sticker might net you something cool. You really just have to explore the world to find those spots. Now, I'm not going to go in there because there are spoilers in there. Instead, I want to just pick one more fight here and show you one other really, really important mechanic. So there's not a ton of dudes in this fight. There's only 2 of them, but you are going to run into pretty big battles in this game with 5 Goombas at a time, or a really, really massive enemy that can do a ton of damage to you if you can attack. And in these instances, you're really going to want to use more than 1 sticker per turn. And to do so, you're going to have to spend some coins if you want to collect a lot of coins. And you have to have a little bit of luck. So by using the battle spinner down here, I'm going to try to hit a jackpot. Come on. Oh, all right. Well, I didn't hit a jackpot, but I got 2 at least. If I'd hit all 3 coins right there, I essentially would have gotten showered with coins, as well as getting to use 3 stickers on this particular turn.
Neat.
As it happens, I can at least use 2 of them. So why don't we do? I'll chuck a hammer at this guy and then use a slap hammer on this other one. That'll do. Just that guy really quick.
Oh, wow.
So a lot of the strategy comes down to how you're going to manage your stickers when you have a whole bunch of guys in line. It's really, really crucial that you get lucky a little bit, but also that you use your points wisely over the course of the game. There's a ton more that I can talk about, but I am actually out of time up here, so hopefully this case is going to hold you over until a later date. But for now,
Paper Mario looks really interesting on the 3DS. I do like the new battle system they got, where it's based off your inventory. I just want to know what happens when you run out of stickers.
No, so I was a couple weeks ago, I was hanging out at your house,
Seems you'd
and
be
I got to
kind of
play
shit out of
that
luck.
game, and there's a ton of fun surprises in there. And you won't, for those of you that love this series, love that game, you won't have to wait long. Super Mario Sticker Star launches this holiday season.
Aw,
Once
I was
again,
hoping they'd say
check out
tomorrow.
a trailer for the game in the Nintendo eShop right now. So with all the great games that are on their way for Nintendo 3DS, we can spend hours going through them all. But we've picked out just a few more from our third-party partners to feature. Starting with an action-adventure that features 2 worlds of great characters all in one game.
Kingdom Hearts.
So when Square
Right.
Enix
Yep.
meets Disney,
Yep, Kingdom
that can
Hearts.
only mean one thing. Kingdom Hearts. Let's take a look.
Ooh, new trailer. I had a suspicion it might be the same one we see already. Dun dun dun!
There it is! That's the gadget we need to retrieve!
I'm on it.
So that looks like the drop system. Oh, that's cool. It looks like a meteor assist or something.
So Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance features Street Pass functionality, Dream Eaters to unlock using AR cards, and support for Circle Pad Pro. It also includes a slew of first-time features, such as flow motion for fast and effortless movement that can be tied to powerful finishing moves, and reality shift to execute various attacks by responding to touchscreen commands.
So,
It's an
action commands.
RPG that takes a
QuickTime
unique
events.
approach to beloved Disney characters and worlds. Kingdom Hearts 3D launches July 31st, and a demo is coming soon to the Nintendo eShop.
Oh, cool, a demo.
Next, we turn to Warner Brothers and a resourceful little guy named Maxwell.
Scribbly
Fans of the
nuts.
Scribblenauts series know the game will create almost any object you can think of. Previous versions added the ability to include adjectives as well as descriptions. So let's take a look at Scribblenauts.
I do wonder how this one will be different from the one on the Wii U. Not as impressive as the Wii U trailer. Kind of just seems like it's going through the motions a little bit.
Instead of a series of one-off puzzles, Maxwell wanders around an unbound world and helps solve problems. So as I mentioned, there are a lot more adventures to come from our third-party partners. Here's just a taste of some of the other games that are on their way for Nintendo 3DS.
Montage. Sweet. This game looks really good actually on like consoles because it has like pretty much the whole Justice League, and it looks like it could actually be really cool. Not so sure about this one. Not a huge Transformers fan, honestly. I have one friend who is, and he really likes the cartoon. And more Rabbids. Not really so excited for the Rabbids. This looks good. This looks like it could, kind of like Diablo for the 3DS. That style of gameplay, randomly generated dungeons, loot collecting. So here's a room, looks like it could be really cool.
So I also want to remind everyone that we are just a few months away from the launch of what is sure to be a powerhouse handheld duo in 2012. Pokemon Black version 2 and Pokemon White version 2.
Of course, they're announcing, well,
These
not announcing, but of course they're bringing out Pokemon.
Pokemon Black and White games return players to the Unova region 2 years after the events of the first games. These games are developed for Nintendo DS, but in just a bit we'll touch on ways that Nintendo 3DS users can get the most out of these new games. Now, so far we've primarily discussed games that are available as package purchases from stores. But as many 3DS owners know, the Nintendo eShop has quickly become a great source for all kinds of downloadable content. In fact, according to Metacritic, some of the highest rated Nintendo 3DS games can be found in the eShop, which, by the way, is celebrating its 1-year anniversary today. And people who have decided to buy a game in the Nintendo eShop end up buying an average of 4.7 games.
Really?
To get the most
Wow.
out of your 3DS,
I haven't bought
make sure
any,
you're going
actually.
online and checking out eShop
Just the ones
for
I've gotten for
video
free.
and all the other connected features. In North America alone, more than 70% of owners have connected their systems to the internet. Worldwide, you Nintendo 3DS owners have sent more than 58 million swap messages via broadcast. And of all the items in the Nintendo eShop, 5 have been downloaded more than 1 million times in the US alone. If you take a look at these 5
The free
on
ones.
screen, they tell an interesting story about Nintendo eShop and how people are
The free ones are
their
downloaded.
3DS systems for all kinds of activities beyond just gaming. Nintendo Video, as many of you are aware, is our free video service that offers hand-picked 3D videos to Nintendo 3DS owners in a variety of categories such as Hollywood, comedy, animation, gaming, and music. Total Nintendo videos in North America are more than 60 million in less than a year.
Oh, wow. That's really impressive.
And we're looking forward
Actually,
to
considering
further
I've only
increasing
used mine to watch the
engagement.
Kid Icarus ones.
I'm happy to announce here for you today that the original series 3DS will premiere with a special preview episode. It's an action and comedy-filled adventure series, which is frankly a little too wacky and wonderful for me to describe. You'll just have to watch it for yourself.
I have a feeling it's going to be really stupid. But let's see.
What happened to you?
Yep.
When I'm done with you, your widow and slaves will need to bury you in 2 coffins.
That looks
Oh,
pretty
that sounds
terrible.
delicious.
I warn you, it's a little zany. So
That
there will be
looks
shrinking
pretty
humans, vengeful lobstermen,
terrible.
3D effects, and as you saw already, lots of gratuitous explosions. We hope you like it. It's available on Nintendo Video right now. So just a few weeks ago, we announced that both Pokemon Dream Radar as well as Pokédex 3D Pro will be available as digital downloads exclusively in the Nintendo eShop coming this fall. So with Pokemon Dream Radar, players can use their 3DS systems to catch hard-to-find Pokemon, then transfer them to Pokemon Black version 2 and White version 2. In addition, the Pokédex 3D Pro includes the data for every single known Pokemon,
All
making it a
700
must-have
something of
for
them,
all Pokemon fans.
right? How many are there
Both of
now?
these
I haven't
new games
been keeping track,
are
actually.
both of these new games are really going to enhance the overall experience for people playing Pokemon Black and White 2 on their Nintendo 3DS. This summer, we'll have even more demos, including some for the games you see here on the screen behind me. Now, I also want to mention the LEGO Batman series. LEGO Batman, the video game, is the best-selling LEGO video game of all time. In the upcoming sequel,
If the word Lego wasn't in there, that would have been really impressive.
the dynamic duo joins forces
Best-selling
with
video
other famous
game of all
heroes,
time.
including Superman, Wonder Woman, and Green Lantern, to stop Lex Luthor and the Joker from destroying Gotham City. I'm happy to announce that we'll be making a demo of LEGO Batman 2, also available to Nintendo 3DS owners, and you can find it in the eShop, you guessed it, right now.
Oh, wow.
Go check it out.
I'm going to have to do that after the show.
So the Nintendo eShop and our other services are keeping people clearly engaged with their systems every day. The Nintendo eShop is also starting to bridge that gap between packaged and downloadable games. In fact, many of you probably saw the announcement from Mr. Iwata a couple weeks ago, where he revealed in the future, if you want to buy a new Nintendo published 3DS game, you can either go to a retail store and buy it as usual, or just download the game directly from the eShop. You can also go to participating retailers, figure out what you want to buy, and purchase a download code. So we're giving you lots of options to acquire and enjoy your favorite 3DS
I
content.
think I'll be sticking to physical products. I mean,
And
it's
if you sure
cool
want to also
that
mention,
you can
the
download
Super
them,
Mario
but
Brothers
personally,
2
I just
will be
prefer
the very
having a
first
physical
major
thing.
game that you can enjoy and purchase in one of these, any of these new ways. We got a little taste of New Super Mario Brothers yesterday, and as you saw, there are coins literally everywhere in this game.
I swear,
And every
Wario better
coin you
be in
collect
this.
moves you one step closer to that million coin goal.
Oh,
So let me turn it back over to Nate.
that's pretty
Let
cool. You
him
have a
take you into
goal.
more detail, tell you about some of the great features that you haven't seen yet. Nate,
Collect
take
a
it
million
away.
coins and win.
Thanks, Scott.
Secret World, collect 3 million coins.
Hello again. They let me drag JC up this time to play while I talk, because when I try to play fast twitch platformers and talk at the same time, I plunge directly into hits or walk in the first level. So JC's going to plug along here while I talk and tell you about this game. So yeah, this game is all about coins. They're the name of the game. But don't get me wrong, there's everything you would expect out of a full-fledged Mario game. There's tons of power-ups. It's perfect platforming, long single-player campaign. But where you're used to seeing some coins, you're now going to see hundreds of coins. But you're not seeing them right now. You're seeing a logo. How's it look? Good. A lot of coins up there. All right, so now we'll see some real coins.
Desert World revealed.
They're in blocks. They are in the sky. They're underground. They are fountaining out of random areas of the environment. And you'll even see, you may have seen that it's actually in the trailer yesterday, there are actually rings in the environment that you can jump through that turn all the enemies into gold. This is a good thing. Whenever you do that,
No, you're missing the coins.
kill a piranha plant, the pipe is going to fountain out coins.
I mean, what I don't like is that it looks exactly like New Super Mario Brothers, the first one.
You can actually even
Just aesthetically, it seems kind of lazy.
Golden fire flower that you're about to see. There it is. Get this thing and you turn it into an unstoppable cash-making machine. Everything that you shoot, enemies, bricks, walls, doesn't matter. You're basically
That is a really cool power, though. But it does seem like something Wario would have, more so than Mario.
All of this,
It just seems more like a Wario game. And we haven't had one of those since, like, 2008, the Shake It.
But it also performs a very specific function in a new mode. This is an awesome new mode called Coin Rush. And I'm going to describe it while Jason plays. He's probably going to finish this up when I talk about it. But it's kind of impossible to demo because it involves Street Pass, so bear with me. So you beat a level like JC just did, and it essentially goes into your Coin Rush bank. So any level that you beat in the game is going to be available in Coin Rush mode. And it's grouped into a pack. So you'll have, basically, packs are like rough difficulty levels. So when you want to play Coin Rush, you're going to pick one of these packs, and the game is going to pick 3 levels for you to play. It's basically going to look the same as when you played through the single-player mode, but there'll be a few additions. It definitely behooves you to study where the coins are when you're playing through the regular game, because in Coin Rush mode, you have to get every coin you possibly can. It behooves you to watch where all the one-ups are as well, because in Coin Rush mode, these are actually golden mushrooms, which are worth 50 coins. It's good. And you really need to speedrun, because every second that you have at the end of the level is going to get converted into coins. I also should mention that you only have 1 life in this mode, so the second you die while you're playing it, that's it. So presumably you're really, really good at this, and you actually get through the 3 levels, and you end up with a nice shiny.
I'm busy.
At that point, it goes to
Busy.
So at that point, I would walk past JC and street past me its Coin Rush total, and come up in my menu, and I could click on it, and I would automatically start playing these 3 levels. All the while with his coin total up there taunting me about how many coins he managed to put together over the course of the 3 levels.
Sorry about that.
It is a very simple concept. You guys would be surprised at how quickly you can become enraged at your buddy's ability to bring 4 more coins out of this level, or these 3 levels than you are. And it also very, very quickly improves your speedrunning skills, because you got to get a lot of coins, you got to get a lot of fast. So fortunately, it's not all about being enraged at your buddies. I can also announce today another excellent addition to
Co-op?
the game, which is the ability to play the entire single-player game with a buddy.
Cool.
I'm going to attempt to do this and not die while I talk a little bit about
The buddy better be Wario.
So yeah, those of you who played the original game on DS know that there was multiplayer in that as well, but it was confined to a battle mode. This is the full game.
Oh,
So
it's Luigi.
Now, bear in mind we're not allowed. I can't just go running.
They
off on
really
my
should have
own.
made this
We're not
game
split up
with
with
co-op,
level
Wario
because
and
the
Waluigi,
camera's
because that would have
tied
been
the way it's
perfect
supposed
with
to
the
be.
coins. I'm
So I
just
need to
mad
kind
that
of
it's not a Wario game now.
not fair.
It looks fantastic. I just want Wario to be in it.
And you guys can see we, of course, have the raccoon tails from the original Super Mario Brothers 3. I heard from the cheer yesterday that you guys were kind of psyched that you could fly again in this game.
Guy
I know
lost
that
his
it was
thingy.
disappointing to some of you that you couldn't do it in 3D land, but it's back in all of its glory here. It lends a ton
Sweet.
of verticality to the levels, and it also adds a ton of leaving your buddy behind to get helplessly pummeled the way JC just did to me. So obviously, if you die or get left behind, this is what happens to you, and you get to wallow in shame while your buddy plays through the level ahead of you. So whether or not
Flying
you
is gonna break
choose
so
to play
many levels.
cooperatively or competitively, I think you guys will find that this game is a ton of fun, regardless of whether or not you want to antagonize your friends while you're doing it. Personally, I think we better stop playing this now before I kill JC. So I am going to shut this off and turn it back over to Scott. Thanks a lot.
It looks good. It looks like a really good game. I think the aesthetic is kind of lazy because it's just copy-paste. But
Nate, and thanks, JC.
I really wish it were
I've
Wario.
also got some hands-on time with that game myself, and it's a ton
And
of
that's
fun.
really the most I can say about it.
Here at E3, the Gold Rush is on. For the first time, we're going to make New Super Mario Brothers 2 playable in our booth all day tomorrow. So for those of you at home, I apologize. You're just going to have to keep an eye out for hands-on coverage of this golden game and watch the reviews coming from those of you that get to play it here. So New Super Mario Brothers 2 launches August 19th, both as a package game as well as a digital download.
Cool.
Now, last year we delivered games like Mario Kart 7 and Super Mario 3D Land. These games gave everyone the excuse they needed to get their hands on a Nintendo 3DS system. The good news for all of us is we've got more on the way. Lots more.
Oh wow!
Month after month,
any surprises?
Week after week, we're bringing you
Nope.
top quality games for Nintendo 3DS.
Sorry about that again.
The second half of this year is going to be incredible. Keep an eye out for all of these great games on the screen behind me and more. Nintendo games, third-party games, as well as Nintendo eShop content will make us all glad that we're 3DS owners. So, boss, what do you think? Was that worth an extra hour?
So you get a Nintendo of America specific president big thumbs up.
So thank you all. I hope you had a little fun here tonight. We've got one more day of this great E3 show to go. I know I've got a ton of me's in my plaza, and I'm going to be walking around the show floor and seeing if I can get to the next 1,000 hurdle. So I hope you're all excited about the great things to come for Nintendo 3DS. Thanks again to our third-party partners for joining us here today, and thanks to all of you for taking a look at what Nintendo 3DS has in store for the future. Thanks, and enjoy the rest of the show.
And is that it? I thought they were going to touch on black and white more. Maybe after the show? Well, if not, that was Nintendo's 3DS press conference at E3 2012. Not a lot of new stuff. I don't think there was any new stuff, actually. But, you know, they explored what they already revealed. Lots of new details, especially with Castlevania. Some new details with Mario. Not as impressive as yesterday's conference, but still, they focused on the games, which is very nice. And there was, you know, a bit of news. Not many reveals. So a lot of just kind of review of what people already knew and suspected. But yeah, the 3DS took a while to get, you know, enough good games, but now it seems like they're gonna be coming out every month or so. This month Hero of Ruin, next month, okay, I don't know, but then after that you have Mario 2, Paper Mario, Kingdom Hearts. So, Kingdom Hearts is next month. That's right, at the end of next month. So, yeah, I'm not sure exactly why this needed its own press conference, because there wasn't really any new reveals. But I mean, I guess I am glad that that they did it. So that was all the E3 conferences, I'm pretty sure. At least all the big ones. Um, we already had Microsoft, which was kind of terrible. Sony, which was really good at the end. Nintendo, of course. Ubisoft, EA already went. So now it's just going to be news coming in from the floor, which I will be sure to cover, hopefully not at 1 in the morning, as I have been. But yeah, that was the Nintendo 3DS, A3, Majigger, and hope you enjoyed.